gonna hang it here, over here. While I'm thinking about where to hang it and stuff, let's talk about a quick tip. This quick tip is about costuming thingy, practical wear under your costume, you might say. I like to bring black and grey plain colored wool leggings for any LARP longer than 1 day, so that in the evening, or if it's the next day, the weather changes for the worst, or if it's cold I can layer under my costume and stay warm. It's a good idea, unless you're going for like a really immersive experience. In extreme situations, I bring knee-high socks, some shorts, plain colored tops. I always try to make up for the weather, dressing extra under my costume so that I don't have to cover any of it. Socks are essential, but not enough. Especially ladies should cover their waist too with that extra layer if it gets cold. Okay, so I'm obviously not a lady, so I don't know about the waist, but yeah, cover the torso area, sort of things. It's a good idea, and socks, again, essential. We've already talked about this before, and a lot of you guys also send in quick tips like, or requests saying that socks are probably the most important thing of all these, of keeping warm or just comfortable when LARPing. Socks are a really good thing. We're going into summer, so yeah, it's gonna get warmer, or well, up here it's gonna get warmer, but it's still gonna be slightly cold in the evening, so bringing some sort of extra layer to keep under your skin is actually a good idea. Or not under skin, under your costume. You're not gonna keep something under your skin, that's gonna be creepy. Although there is something I would like to add about this when we talk about skin. I'm just gonna jump into something else. Just a minute. Ta-da! Oh, I'm stuck. Okay, so I just jumped into my... I need to fit these for my mouth at some point. Okay, so I just jumped into my orc slash goblin greenskin costume. And we were just talking about keeping some sort of plain piece of clothing underneath your costume in case of it getting cold or starts to rain or something like, especially in the evening. Even though it's getting warmer here in summer. But I was thinking about skin. And when we talk about plain clothing, we're also talking about painting. And it's getting summer, so people sweat a lot and makeup fall off, especially if you are like, let's say an orc or another monster character like a dark elf, like a drow or drow, however you pronounce it, which are going to be painted all black or green or brown or red or whatever creature you are. In this case, an orc or goblin, probably, because I'm a bit too skinny to be like an orc. I could be a huge goblin though. Okay, that's not much goblin over there. What I want to say is that here I have a plain t-shirt which is green underneath this, because as you can see there's a lot of holes in this leather thingy, and I don't actually wear much underneath this. So because I don't want to paint my entire upper body, and because I actually don't want to show my really skinny, wimpy, nerdy, pale skin to too many people, I have this t-shirt on. And well, you could probably go for something other than this, but I have a green one, which aren't actually that tight, but it's still, it provides an illusion of me being green underneath this. And of course, if you're going close enough, you can see the t-shirt. Now, if you are playing like, let's say, something that goes, have nothing on the top here, or you're playing something like a fancy drow, dark elf, let's just call them dark elves, because people are always going to argue if it's a drow or drow, how it's pronounced. So if you're a fancy dark elf, you have this fancy dress on, for instance, and you don't want to get too much makeup on this fancy dress because it's too much of a hassle to clean and everything. It can be a good idea to probably invest in some sort of maybe tight, long-sleeved shirt. I've seen a lot of LARPers do this, especially people that play dark elves, that they have these long sleeves, really tight shirt, like the red one here I was just wearing a minute ago. It creates the illusion perfectly. I don't really notice it that much. And if you want to, you can always put some sort of armband on to keep it like extra tight. Now it is getting warmer with summer, so it might be a little warm to wear, but in the positive side, you're not going to sweat out a lot of makeup. On the negative side, you're probably going to sweat a lot because depending on what you're wearing or what it's made out of, it's probably going to be slightly warm. But in the evening, it's really nice, especially if you're showing a lot of skin. And again, you don't have to go through all the hassle of painting your entire body in one color. It can be really annoying. If it starts to rain, it's going to fall off, and it starts to be too hot, you're going to sweat it out. And I do think if you get the long-sleeved underwear, which normally comes in some sort of dark color and they're really tight, they do actually provide, what's it called, they do transfer sweat away from your body, so you might actually be kind of comfortable in that. But hey, I have not tried it, so I don't know. Maybe some of you guys have. Please do tell me in the comments below. So in short, this quick tip: stock up not only on socks, but also on some sort of plain clothing when you're going out to a LARP. Might be a good idea to keep it underneath your other costume. And when we're talking about plain coloring, it could be the skin color of the monster you're playing, because then you don't have to paint yourself and it might be more comfortable. Or it could just be a plain color that fits into the world that you're playing, so you can keep warm or dry, and you have sort of like an easy extra costume that you could put on underneath the rest of it. That way you don't have to hide away all your awesomeness which you're wearing on top. But when it comes to costuming, I do also recommend that you make your costume so it's usable in different types of weather, depending on where you are actually LARPing. So quick note about the poster. This is for a zombie run, or it's sort of a zombie run. It's a dystopia run for the cure. It's helped by the same people who made this, which is like a haunted house thing. This is sort of like an, how would you call it, exercise running thingy magic. And they're running from zombies, soldiers, cult leaders, well, not cult leaders, but occults, monsters, other things. There's a lot of LARPers that participate in the event, like actors, or may help out with makeup, other stuff, myself included. I'm gonna be standing there and threatening some people and making them probably run a little faster. It's gonna be good. Now it's in Denmark, so if you're around Vejle on the 25th of June, that's like next weekend. Yeah, next weekend. You could, if you want to, you could participate in this if you want to run out some zombies. It's a horror night run. Well, there's the evening and then there's midnight. But you have to order tickets online on it. And they don't sponsor anything or anything like that. Just, like I said, I help out with it. And I think it's an awesome thing. And they do make some cool costuming. Anyway, the 25th of June, if you want to participate in that. If you have any sort of poster thingies or pictures of a LARP thing that you want to put up on this wall, or might think could be cool to have on this wall, because I kind of want to fill it out with stuff. You can either, you can send it to me in some mail. I'm gonna put an email down in the thingy magic, and you can send it to me there, or contact me if you have a poster that you want to send or something else. I'll figure out how to get it printed and put up on the wall somewhere and somehow. It would be kind of cool if this could be like filled up with LARP stuff, so it doesn't like become a bare concrete wall that you guys have to look at. I have to look at. It could be cool to kind of have like a background, and if you guys can provide something for it, it'd be even more cool. Last little reminder: remember the Lunov tournament? It's a Mythodea-based scenario in the first one in Denmark. I'm also going to put a link to that in the thingy-majig down below. It's in September, right after Mythodea. Well, not right after, it's the second weekend in September. So that means that it's before the Comic-Con in Copenhagen. Well, basically, just in between all the other scenarios. I'm going to put a link to the thing in the comment section. Until next time, if you have any quick tips and tricks on how to LARP or other stuff, including LARP, put them down in the comment section. And they're probably going to pop up here in a video somehow, at some point, at some time. It's so cool when you guys put them down there. And yeah. And by the way, yes, I've not forgotten about the duct tape X tutorial. I'm going to make that, but tutorials take a little longer to make. Bear with me. And yes, I've also not forgotten about the coffin PDF. Not because the PDF takes so longer to make, but apparently they do for me. I should really get on to that. Anyhow, see you LARPers later. Bye.